Welcome back, diffusers. So this week we're going to go over what is BPD, a very, very short overview. We're going to kind of go into it in more detail later, but this is just so you have an idea of what we're talking about when we talk about BPD. Our tea today is blackberry citrus. It's delicious, so if you want to, you can pull up seats, brew your own cup, and we'll steep in our feelings. So I'm going to go over what BPD is. So when borderline was discovered back in the 1930s as being its own diagnosis, it was thought of as being on the borderline of neurosis and psychosis, and neurosis being an extreme and irrational reaction to anxiety or stress, and psychosis being the splitting from reality. So delusions, hallucinations, things of that nature. So they thought that people with borderline were always riding right in between those things. Now that it's been studied and put into the DSM-5, there are 9 criteria for diagnosis. 1 is engaging in frantic efforts to prevent actual or perceived abandonment, so an extreme fear of abandonment. 2 is unstable relationships, often involving splitting. 3 is unstable identity. 4, impulsive or risky behavior. 5, self-harm or unaliving ideation. 6, rapid and frequent mood swings. And no, those aren't kind of the regular mood swings you would think of. The difference here is the rapid fluctuations, the severity of it, and the intensity. 7 is chronic emptiness. 8 is difficulty controlling one's anger. And 9 is having dissociative episodes. Now that's different from dissociative identity disorder. They both are in the same realm, but they are 2 different diagnoses. Now, this video is not to diagnose anyone. It's not to be used as diagnostic material. Please, if you think you have borderline, please go see a professional so that you can get diagnosed. This is just information on what we're going to be talking about. When I was first diagnosed, I was struggling with 8 of the 9 criteria. I was struggling with engaging in frantic efforts to prevent actual or perceived abandonment. I was struggling with unstable relationships. I had chronic unstable identity. I was participating in risky and impulsive behavior. I have chronic self-harm ideation and chronic ideation to unalive myself. I also have chronic rapid and frequent mood swings, chronic emptiness, and dissociative episodes. Now, being 11 years into my treatment, I still struggle with 6 of these things, and I've noticed that my dissociative episodes are getting more frequent and more intense. So the difference between quiet versus classic borderline is quiet is internal and classic is external. So mainly in terms of splitting, as quiet borderline split on ourselves rather than splitting on our partners or loved ones. And I will go much more into detail in all of that in later episodes. I just kind of wanted to give a quick overview. And now my mom is going to go into resources and the work she's been doing as a volunteer with NEABPD?
I discovered NEABPD, which is National Education Alliance for Borderline Personality Disorder. It's a national and international organization, and I discovered it in 2021. I took their classes, and I also volunteered to co-lead a Family Connections class. It's a free class. I co-lead a class. They're all co-led, and the classes are about 15 people each. They are 12 weeks. In general, they are experimenting with a hybrid class that's only 8 weeks, and they have a mega class, which is about 300 people. Family Connections is designed to move away from traditional parenting and to consider being a parent of a neurodivergent child. It addresses 3 things: skills, support, and education. The first part of the course is education. You'll learn about what BPD is, what resources are out there, what treatment is out there, and then you'll move into skills. And the skills are to emphasize connection with someone that struggles with BPD, because a lot of times a person with BPD doesn't regularly get validated, either in their family or outside their family. And you can understand that with what Lily just discussed about the 9 criteria. A lot of times maybe the anger or the dissociation in the workplace particularly might prevent people from validating you. And our class is to focus on the connection between the person taking the class and their loved one. It emphasizes validation, it emphasizes problem solving, it discusses ways to regulate your own emotions, so that if someone with BPD, which I've heard they may change the category in the DSM manual to chronic emotional dysregulation. So if your family member has chronic emotional dysregulation and they're dysregulated, the skills we learn emphasize connection with that person, even if they are dysregulated. It taught all over the world, primarily in the United States. Another organization that teaches a similar class and has similar programs is SashBear in Canada, and they also emphasize family connections and the relationship between you and your loved one. National Education Alliance also has on their website a list of services and support. They list 988, a crisis lifeline. There's a disaster distress hotline. There is a Trevor Project, a 24/7 crisis care for LGBTQ plus young people, Veterans Crisis Line, Crisis Text Line, a crisis safety plan, and a list of outside resources. One of the resources that's listed is the NAMI, which has been around, I think, even longer than NEABPD. It's National Alliance for Mental Illness.
Now, all of these resources we are going to both link in the description.
A couple of others listed are National Institute for Mental Health, McLean Hospital, Mental Health America. There's some books on the website. There's some resources to find a therapist or treatment center. And then there's other nonprofits that promote BPD research, advocacy, and education. Emotions Matter, New England Personality Disorder Association. I've taken one of their classes, it's very good. And Families for Borderline Personality Disorder Research, which is a grassroots group of family members, friends, and others who have loved ones that are dealing with BPD, and they're committed to actively supporting BPD research.
Diffusers, this could be where you come in. This is what we're trying to build with this community. If you know of any resources that have helped you or your loved ones, or that you've just heard of, go ahead and leave those in the comments so that we can help each other. Okay, so that's all we have for you for this week. Next week, we will go into part 1 of me growing up in childhood, and then we will go into part 2 where my mom goes into some detail, and we can go into a little bit of a discussion of what it was like being the parent of someone with quiet borderline. So the affirmation that we want to end with today is, I opt to rise above negative feelings and ditch negative thoughts. And we'll see you next Thursday, where we can brew up another cup of tea, pull up a seat, and steep in our feeling.